And welcome back to a new video. Again, we're working on the '08 Honda CRV. This time on the dash, it was showing that it was displaying something about check gas cap. I checked the gas cap. It seemed like the gas cap is fine, the seal is fine, but I still cleaned the gas cap with WD-40, and I also cleaned where it sits, the neck where the gas cap sits. And so far that code went away, but now it's giving me evap codes. Something about talking about the purge valve, the flow of the purge valve not being under. I don't remember exactly what it said, but it says something about the purge valve. The purge valve is located in the engine. Now this is called the canister purge valve. You also got something called the vent valve. That's underneath the car in the back by the gas tank. Near the canister tank, not in the front here. Under the hood is the purge valve. This is the purge valve that I got from AutoZone. And I'm gonna show you guys, this part number, I'm gonna show you guys how I'm testing this. So, I got something called a power probe. A power probe is a device that you can use to add power or ground to a device. So in this case, what I'm gonna do, right on the plug, this is the purge valve, right on the plug, I'm gonna add, there's two pins. I'm gonna add power to one and ground to another so that I can hear it click. And I'm gonna do that right now with you guys. And I'm gonna show you how I do that. But this is one of the tests you can do just to see if it's working or not. So you want it for it to be clicking. That's what you're looking for. So you're looking for a click. The power probe gets connected positive and negative on your battery. And then once you have a good connection, on the purge valve, you press the button and you can hear it clicking. So that's a good sign. So that's clicking, right? Another thing you can do while you do that test is adding a vacuum to the port back here. There's support for the vacuum, well, for the hose that come from the gas tank, right? Because the purge valve, what it does, it grabs the gases from the gas tank and it pumps it back into the intake and it burns them. So you can add vacuum to, man, this thing is so uncomfortable. You can add vacuum with a vacuum pump. And that right there, see how it's dropping? Now the valve's supposed to be, is normally closed. So right now it's supposed to be having a complete seal. And I pump it up to 15 and it drops. Now when you do tests like this and it gives you that result, you got to make sure that you have no leaks on the hoses or on the pump itself. But I'm going to compare that. What I was going to tell you was that you put vacuum to it and then you come with the power probe and you go ahead and energize it, and that should drop, kind of letting you know that it's working, that it opens, right? But as you can see, while it's closed, it's not really holding vacuum. So it does click and it does open, but it is not holding vacuum. So that means it's not 100% sealed. Now we're gonna compare that with the new one that I got. And if it does the same thing, then we have a problem here with the gun or my hose. But if I connect it and it does the same, and it doesn't do the same thing, the hose vacuum, that we definitely have a bad purge valve. Well, I'm gonna connect it real quick. I got the hose connected to the new one. We're gonna pump it up. I'm gonna see if it drops. And as you can see, it is not dropping. It's not dropping at all. So we don't have to go any further to know that this is good, the new one, as far as holding vacuum comparing to that one. That one clicks, which is a good sign, but it's not holding vacuum. So that tells me that's bad, and that's probably what's causing the gas cap message to come up on the dash, and then the other codes for the purge valve being insufficient. All right, fellas, so I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna clean this up, take all my tools away, and I'm gonna get to changing it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do to have some access to the valve, because it has one bolt on the top and another one underneath somewhere, we need to take this off so we have some access from this angle. So I'm gonna remove this part of the intake. All right, guys, so I got the top of the filter housing off with the filter, and I'm trying to look to see how do I get access to the bottom bolt of the purge valve, because the top one is easy and there's a bottom one, and there's also a hose here and a hose back here. I'm trying to figure out how to make this easy. I got the EGR disconnected just to get the plug out of the way, and I got this hose out of the way so I can see if maybe I have to get to this bracket. Let me try to figure it out now. Let you know what I need to do. Guys, so it got more complicated than I thought. I was trying to access both screws, and it turned out that the bottom one was a little strip, so I wasn't able to just remove the two bolts. So I ended up removing the hoses on the front, the hose that go from here to the valve, the hose that go from the back to the car, and then the other hose, and then removing the screws, like 10 millimeter heads, and then removing the fuel line. This fuel line that goes to the injector sit right in here and back here. And also there's like an electrical plug, this one that I had to remove, that it was attached here to here in the bottom in order to get the bracket out, guys. It's easy. Oh, I had to take the cover off the coils so that I have enough play here to lift this up out of the way, and then I was able to work this out of the area. So now I'm gonna try to remove this, change the valve, and put everything together. When you're removing the housing cover, also the plug for the mass airflow sensor, you got to remove it, and then you got to remove the green clip, which is you got to squeeze these one side at a time, and it pops right out. It's all simple stuff. You just got to take your time and try to remember, take pictures or record it so that you don't mess anything up. Take your time. All right, let's get it. Gotta get that out of there. And just like that, I think I got it. Yep. So if you have this problem, guys, and it's stripped and it doesn't look that bad, but there's enough for the screwdriver to be able to slip. Grab a pair of vice grip and go to town on it. Grab it really tight, and then turn it, and it comes right out. All right. I took the other one out. Make sure that you place the new one in the right way with the plug going to the top, so you can, because you can end up putting it, well, I don't think there's another way of doing it, to be honest. You can't mess this up, so just make sure the plug's up and then screw it in. All right, guys, everything's put back together. Just make sure, double check everything, make sure that the hoses back here are connected, make sure the bolts are tight, make sure everything is back together, every plug, every hose, everything is back together. You don't have any spare parts, but make sure the plugs for sure, because you can end up not putting the plug back together and then you have problems. The fuel line back here, this fuel line. Make sure that you put the plastic clip back on and all the hoses in the right place. Now I'm gonna put the cover on, well, the filter and the cover, and it's a done deal, guys. And also don't forget your mass airflow sensor when you put this piece back on. So guys, if you like this video and it helped you in any way, please like, subscribe is free. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.